Hello Disney people. This is my latest Disney creation. It's based on a scene from the Pirates of the Caribbean ride, the infamous jail scene that we all know and love, where the pirates are in jail and the mean doggy won't give them the key. This scene right here. Oh, my camera's slow to pan. Bam, there it is. So anyway, I was inspired by that, and I wanted to see if I could make something simple based on that, which I did. So if anybody's interested in how to create something like this for yourself, or if it inspires you to do your own type of thing, I'd like to show just how easy, cheap, and simple this is, and how just about anybody can do it. You might be asking yourself, since this is a pirate scene, it's based on pirates, why not use some pirates? And the reason for that is because I couldn't find any little pirates already made. And I could sculpt the pirates, and maybe I will one day when I feel like it, but if maybe somebody can't sculpt. If you can sculpt your own pirates. If you don't want to sculpt, you can't sculpt, just be creative and find something else to put in there. And I was kind of inspired by this little painting I saw. Sorry, my camera's so slow to zoom in. But here. Oh, look, all the little Disney characters. They're in Disney jail. Isn't that cute? I thought that was so cute. And Disney characters are easily and readily available. Here I've laid out all the materials that I used to make these two, so you can see how easy it is. These are materials that can be found in any art store or perhaps a Walmart. So I just used some cheap foam board, and I used some sticks that can be found in the crafting section of Walmart. Any type of blunt tool can be used with a little pointy edge, but not sharp enough to actually cut through the board. Knife, cheap paintbrush. Happen to use tacky glue. I'm sure other glue could work. Any type of paint, cheap acrylic, cheap pottery paint is good, ceramic pottery paint, and a little bit of flour, and I'll show you that in a moment for the stone effect. Okay, so I chose to make these out of cheap foam board, and the reason I did that is because I just happened to have it on hand, and I just wanted to see if I could do that. But if I feel like doing it over again, what I would do is get some installation foam from a place like Home Depot or Lowe's. It's just foam. It's just regular foam, but you can carve it. Foam sheets. They're thicker foam sheets that you can carve into. Very popular for crafting. The reason that the issue I have with this is that it's not thick. So if you want any type of thickness, you'd have to glue it. You'd have to glue multiple layers together. So there's that. But I also I did another kind where there really isn't any thickness. It's just one sheet for the floor, one sheet for the wall, and just one little strip for this decorative wooden top. So this one's even easier. So I guess I'll go over this one first, since it's you see how easy this is. Just one little foam board cut into a couple shapes and glued together. That's all I did. I just cut out the shape. I just glued it to the bottom with some tacky glue. And I just used some little sticks. I just made little holes, popped them in the holes and glued them. And then I just glued them to the back. It's not pretty in the back, but who's looking at the back? And then our little characters just go in there. So it's not as elaborate. You know, you get as elaborate as you want to be. It's just, you know, maybe you don't feel like putting so much work into it, or maybe you're not artistically inclined to put that much work into it. But here's the beauty of it. You don't have to. If you just want to have your cute little Disney decoration, all it takes is a little bit of imagination, a little bit of work. It doesn't have to be amazing. Just whatever you'd like to do, put the work that you'd like to put into it. Because it's yours. It's yours to enjoy. Nobody else has to see it but you, and nobody else has to love it but you. I love it. That's the important thing. Okay, so I'll show you what I did to get the stone effect. And sorry I have to do this one-handed because I don't have a contraption to hold my camera and where you can see it. So what I did is I just took an object, blunt object, and I just scored the board. I don't know if you can see it on camera. I can see it from my point of view. So you don't need or may not even want to cut into the board. You just want to score it so it gives the illusion. So I just do lines across. And then next, all I did was paint. So to paint and get a stony textured effect, I don't know, can you say that? All I did was take some flour and I put some paint. I just happened to use some cheap acrylic paint, mixed them together, and it's important to use a cheap paintbrush for something like this because it's probably not going to last very long after this. And you just brush it on, and you might want to make it clumpy. I don't know, it probably doesn't show up well on the camera, but you want to make it clumpy because you want it to look thick and textured. So very easy. I happen to paint over my little, you want to do it in between your little indentations. I can't see what I'm doing right now, so I went over it. But that is what you do. So very easy, very cheap and very easy. And quick too, did I mention that? Quick, cheap, and easy. How awesome is that?